Okay, I figured I'd do a short little video of changing a water pump for a RZR 900. This is the Jagged X version, but I'm sure it's probably the same for all 900s. So I already pulled the seat out. That was just removing basically my seat belts and getting the seat out of here. Pretty straightforward. And there's just a flashing that kind of goes in here that you remove. But what I have going on is my water pump, which is right here. It has a weep hole in the case of it, so when a seal fails inside, the coolant leaks out this, what they call is a weep hole. It leaks, you can see it kind of leaking out where the pump actually goes into the case. So that's what my issue is. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull this water pump. First, I'm draining the oil out of the engine oil out first, and then I'll be pulling this water pump out. And so what I have is a replacement pump. It's got the impeller and the shaft and everything. That's this portion right here. This other this side of the water pump you retain. For me, I'm going to be replacing this impeller casing portion of it that I've ordered. I've also ordered a seal that goes in between these two cases for the water pump, and I can show you that over here. New impeller water pump. You can see there, that hole right there is the weep hole. That's where it leaks out of when the seal goes bad. And then this is the seal that you want to purchase as well. This is, get that part number. Anyways, there's that, and then this is the water pump portion of it that I'll be replacing. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that water pump out of the case, and I'll show you what to do from there. So this is the underside of the water pump right here. This is that inside case, the shaft that actually goes in the engine housing, and this is the outside of it that you're gonna reuse. That's where all the hoses and everything attached to. So I've already drained the oil, and now I'm just gonna loosen up this case and drain some of the coolant out of there. And all those bolts, I just loosened them up and just gonna drain my coolant out right there. Okay, so what I did is I removed a few of the radiator hoses. So you can see I removed a big one here. And I split that water pump case. Yeah, I just pushed it up and out of the way so I can get the this actual shaft and impeller portion of the pump out of there. Yeah, this section here, I just wiggled it loose with a couple screwdrivers and some finesse, and it should just come right out of there. It's got those two O-ring seals, so it makes it kind of sticky to come out of there, but it's like I'm able to get it out of there. There it is. So I need to take note of the direction of that little flange so that I can take the new one and put it up in there the same way. That's that little weep hole that it was leaking out of. Yeah, that's it. Here's where I just pulled the hole where I just pulled the water pump shaft out of. So make sure that thing's cleaned up, no sand. As you can see, I got a bunch of sand on mine because this thing just goes to the dunes and that's about it. But make sure to clean that thing out before you throw the new one in there. You can see my dipstick in there actually. And yeah, I think I might pull that other case out. You can see it, I just wedged it up there. I might pull that out so I can clean that O-ring groove and put a brand new seal in. This is that other case right here. I just gotta pull two more coolant lines off that, and that thing will come out of there. So I might do that, not sure yet. Alright, so I put the seal in that other case after I cleaned it up. I didn't actually have to pull it out of there or disconnect any of the other radiator tubes like this one and this one over here. Yeah, I just cleaned it up, threw the seal in there, and now I'm just starting to kind of button it up. I pushed the shaft and pump in there, went in there fairly easy. It's a little snug, and it's not quite all the way in there. You can see there's still a little gap right here, but I lined that shaft and everything, so these screws should just suck it all up in there. I think it's just a little tight because of the 2 O-rings on the shaft that actually go into the oil pan there. So yeah, it's all just kind of going back together pretty nice. I'm gonna torque these bolts up and then throw the hoses on there. Yeah, throw some oil in it and some coolant and start it up, and hopefully she holds. So here's an AMSOIL oil change kit. They just sell for this UTV. It's perfect, dude. It's got the filter, it's got the oil you need for the razor, just the right amount for you. It's a pretty slick kit. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some oil in there, change the filter, and then I'll probably fill it up with some radiator fluid and get this thing started. Okay, so put a new filter on it, new oil. It's all full of oil. There's a vent screw right there, that 8mm. If you just crack that loose, fill up your radiator fluid until it starts coming out of there, and then tighten it back up. That ensures there's no air pockets in your coolant system. I already did that before I started it, so it's not, all the headers aren't hot and burning you. But yeah, let's go ahead and start it again.